you'll see a bunch of hate comments in this video. And people say, you know, you're a snake oil salesman. You're just trying to make a lot of money quick. Listen, this just goes to show how little people understand business. And I hope you're still watching because this will help. It's hollow. There's no resistance. Today's video is going to be a little different from my standard content because I want to take a moment and talk to you guys about KickIt Crave-Less chewing gum, a supplement that I developed and made to help people quit smoking nicotine, quit drinking alcohol, quit consuming cannabis products. We made this to help reduce cravings. And I'm not going to talk about the ingredients and the science behind each of the ingredients right now, but rather I want to share with you guys why I developed the supplement. I want to talk about what qualified me to do so. And then I want to share with you a little bit about what the process of making a supplement actually looks like. So if you're interested in the business behind supplements, this is definitely worth a listen because it's pretty fascinating and way more complex than I ever expected. Just a little bit about my background. For those of you who don't know, I have my doctorate in chiropractic. I'm a certified addiction recovery coach, and then I'm also certified in something called functional medicine. Now, while I was in school and even postgraduate, once I was working in my professional career, I had worked at Vitamin Shop as a store associate. I worked there for about 7 to 9 years. During that time, not only did I try about every supplement out there on the market today, including abusing a ton of different pre-workout products, which I think caused some serious long-term damage to my nervous system, but I also got to interact with customers on a regular basis, learning about what supplements they found were beneficial and what supplements really worked well for them. Over my years of working at Vitamin Shop, I identified 5 supplements that I think really worked well for people. The first one was a little blue pill called 72 Hours. This was a boner pill. This pill would fly off the shelves when we would stock it at Vitamin Shop. I've tried it myself. It worked like a charm. And the reason it worked so well is because it turned out to just be a double dose of Cialis, the pharmaceutical drug. Shortly after its release, it was pulled off of the markets, and you can only find it on like eBay and Craigslist and other third-party websites that people were selling stock that they had in it. Now, I think the next supplement that I saw do really well over the years and that I've also personally had success with is creatine monohydrate. Creatine I was very familiar with from a standpoint of building muscle and helping to preserve energy levels, build energy stores. But creatine now is shown to be very beneficial when it comes to regulating blood sugar, when it comes to regulating mood, and when it comes to combating depression. And there's tons of studies coming out on creatine right now when it comes to mental health and brain function. I actually think creatine monohydrate is going to be a supplement that we're going to see play a role in addiction recovery eventually, especially when it comes to some of the fatigue and issues like that and strength loss and just building back muscle for people who were, you know, deprived of that throughout active addiction. The next, and if you do get creatine, by the way, I recommend Creapure. It's the German brand of creatine monohydrate. That's the brand I recommend hands down. Another supplement that I've seen work really well for people over the years, the third supplement, would be KSM-66 Ashwagandha. And that's one of the things that I put into the KickIt Crave-Less chewing gum. We have 100 milligrams in here. Or, I'm sorry, we have 50 milligrams of KSM-66 Ashwagandha in here. And KSM-66 Ashwagandha is a clinically studied herb that's been used for centuries throughout Ayurvedic medicine, okay? There are endless clinical trials on the effectiveness of KSM-66 ashwagandha to help with depression, to help with stress relief, to help with anxiety. They have studies showing it increases testosterone in males. They have studies talking about it in regard to brain health and blood sugar regulation. KSM-66 is one of those supplements that there is no question when people use it, and I'm talking about when people would use it in capsule form, let alone in a form like a chewing gum, which bypasses the absorption of your GI system in your liver and goes right to your bloodstream. That's why we didn't make a capsule. There's no question it works for people. When it works, it works. The next supplement that I saw do really well that like rocked the supplement industry was CBD. CBD, no doubt, when it came to sleep, anxiety relief, easing symptoms of depression. You'd see it help ease, you know, menopause symptoms in females. I could go on and on about CBD as an antioxidant and all the the various benefits of CBD. Of course, assuming you're getting a third-party tested, made in the USA quality product. CBD was one of those things that just worked really well for people. And although I don't talk about a lot on my channel, I do support the use of a quality CBD product, just as long as you don't have cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome. And then the last supplement that I saw really do well over the years was something called N-acetyl-cysteine, or NAC. And this is a fascinating supplement. I remember when it first got popular, it was being sold by a physician as a hangover cure. And you really can't market it as a hangover cure, okay? Because a hangover is a symptom of a potential disease, which is alcoholism, and you really can't claim to treat something that's a symptom of a disease. So this supplement company got taken down. But the reason why they were promoting it as such is because NAC does a lot for the body when it comes to detox, especially in support of liver function and liver health when it comes to detoxifying harmful things, not only limited to alcohol, but anything that you ingest into your body, perhaps even THC, nicotine, caffeine, other things like that. Outside of NAC being a powerful antioxidant and detoxificant, it's also been shown in early literature to help reduce cravings. And they've studied this for marijuana. They've studied it for nicotine, cocaine, amphetamines, sugar, alcohol. They've looked at N-acetyl-cysteine on many levels of cravings and how it affects the craving response in the brain. They've looked at N-acetyl-cysteine to help reduce thoughts that are involved with obsessive compulsive behaviors. And what's a craving? What's an addiction? It's largely an obsessive compulsive behavior. Now, here's the wildest thing about NAC. N-acetyl-cysteine got really popular during COVID because of its effectiveness in fighting inflammation in the lungs. Say, for example, if you had someone who, I don't know, smoked cigarettes and developed COPD, or say someone who, I don't know, had long-term COVID and had an inflammatory response in the lungs. Not only was it helping those people, N-acetyl-cysteine, but it was also helping long-term COVID patients with the brain fog that was developing post-COVID. And you can read about this on Reddit or just look through Facebook groups. You'll see people raving about it for brain fog. And the FDA took note of this. And during COVID, the FDA came out and they said, hey, wait a minute. Pull NAC off all the shelves, take it off Amazon, make it so you can't buy it anymore unless it's by prescription only. So this lasted throughout most of COVID. You could not get NAC. And that was actually one of the reasons why we didn't release this sooner, because we didn't think we were going to be able to make it, because I didn't think NAC would ever be back on the market thanks to the some regulations. Now, all the supplement companies got together. They sued the FDA, something like that, and this got overturned. And now N-acetyl-cysteine is readily available again, but you have to be very careful how you talk about its uses and what you're using it for, okay? We chose to put KSM-66 Ashwagandha and N-acetyl-cysteine into a chewing gum. And you can't find a chewing gum containing those two ingredients anywhere else in the world. After we put them in there, we also did third-party testing, which we publish on the KickIt website. Scroll down the page and look for the part that says COAs, or Certificate of Analysis. It will show you the exact quantities in each batch of gum. It will show you that our gum is free of funguses, molds, or pesticides. All of that stuff, we went above and beyond. It's made in the USA, and I had it developed without aspartame or ACE-K, which, guys, I want you to understand, I made this from scratch. Like, we found a manufacturing facility. We found a food chemist. I sourced the ingredients. Like, I literally got raw KSM, like the real patented KSM-66 from India, and had it imported through customs, go through FDA clearance process, not FDA approval, but FDA clearance, and then get shipped to a facility here in the US to turn it into a gum. And let me tell you, trying to make a gum without aspartame or ACE-K, trying to find a food chemist to develop that was like so hard. There was only about 4 facilities in the world with the machinery to make a supplement like this, and 3 of them, well, all 4 of them declined. They all said, nope, we can't do it. We don't even want your business. And then finally, one of them, the one in the US, was willing to work with me because they said, hey, if you have enough money to make it happen, we're willing to try for you. Just know that your sample batches might go to hell, and this might not work out at all. It might be a waste of money. I said, that's okay. I'm invested. Let's do it. So I chose KSM-66 Ashwagandha and N-acetyl-cysteine for 2 very specific reasons. And I chose to forego artificial sweeteners like aspartame and ACE-K. We do have a little bit of sucralose. I couldn't avoid that. But I chose to forego those 2 for very particular reasons. One, KSM-66 Ashwagandha helps prevent the breakdown of acetylcholine in the brain, which can help with short-term memory and focus. And it also stimulates a little bit of the adrenaline pathways. That's very similar to nicotine. That's why people like nicotine. It's because nicotine prevents the breakdown of acetylcholine in the brain and stimulates the adrenaline pathways. So it gives you this kind of relaxed state of focus. That's why I chose KSM-66 for this. I chose N-acetyl-cysteine because NAC, not only can it help to maybe detoxify the liver and support lung health and anti-inflammatory conditions in the lungs, but NAC has also been shown to reduce cravings while supporting healthy dopamine production. So I always thought, like, what would be a better product that, like, what would I want during a marijuana craving or an alcohol craving or a nicotine craving? I want something that's going to improve my focus. I want something that's going to reduce my stress. KSM-66 clinically shown to reduce stress. I want something that's going to reduce my cravings, and I want something that's going to make me feel good. And that's why I combined those 2 ingredients together and not other ingredients. Now, I kept aspartame and ACE-K out of the gum because I didn't want it to be hyper sweet, because I didn't want this to be addicting. And I know that aspartame and ACE-K, they stimulate your taste buds at such a high level. It's what makes, like, diet soda super addicting. It's what makes some sugar-free candies super addicting. So we tried our best to, like, give it enough flavor to make it tolerable. Well, it actually tastes good, but to a point where it's not going to be, like, addicting, like, oh, I got to chew this all day long. And this is coming from a guy who was once addicted to Trident gum. So, like, literally, I would chew, like, a pack to 2 packs of Trident gum a day, okay? So trust me, I could get addicted to anything. All right, with this gum, we went a step further than all those things. Third-party testing, made in the USA. There's a QR code on here, and this QR code gives you access to a completely free community of people who are all looking to quit. We have about 500 members in there now because, yes, supplements are awesome, but they're supplemental to lifestyle modification and community support, and that's why we're using funds of this to further build out this community. Now, we're also in the process, we're this close to releasing the app. I have the beta version coming out soon that we're going to release to a bunch of you guys on YouTube. And it's an app that kind of combines the qualities of other sobriety or quit smoking or quit vaping apps. And we took the good qualities of each of them and tried to put them into one. And we tried to fix or get rid of any of the bad or annoying qualities of those apps. So that's coming out soon too to help support people along the way. Starting a supplement company from scratch. Like, I didn't just go buy someone else's supplement. I didn't white label this. It's not another person. This is our brand. This is our product from scratch. And when I say our, I mean I have an investor involved in this as well too. Who's just been so kind and so phenomenal along the way helping me with this. But, like, I want you to think about this from a business standpoint. We had to get bottles, right? So you have to get bottles from somewhere, white bottles. Then we had to find a designer to make the label. Then we had to find barcodes. Where do you buy those? How do you get different barcodes for different item lot numbers? Then we had to find someone who's going to print the labels on the bottles. I had to find someone to manufacture the gum. I had to find a food chemist who was going to work with the ingredients and the flavorings to make the gum. I had to source the ingredients from India and from the United States. And I say India because real KSM-66 Ashwagandha is patented, and that patent is held in India. So you pretty much have to get it from there. Okay? I had to find someone to develop an app. We had to find a program to host a community. We had to get insurance on the supplement, product liability insurance and business insurance. We had to start an LLC, KickIt Enterprises LLC, okay? I worked with an FDA regulatory consultant, someone who consulted with me on what I can and can't say regarding how this supplement works and what we can and can't write on our label, which if you follow all the FDA rules, you literally can't say anything, which makes this so hard, but this is part of the game. I had to get an investor because starting a supplement company was not cheap. All in for the first batch, probably $40,000 to $45,000, which is funny because a lot of people say to me, you'll see a bunch of hate comments in this video, and people say, you know, you're a snake oil salesman, you're just trying to make a lot of money quick. Listen, this just goes to show how little people understand business, and I hope you're still watching because this will help. If you want to get rich quick, starting a supplement company would be the last thing you'd want to do, maybe unless you had millions of dollars that you could dump into ad revenue and you had an insanely high markup on the supplement you were selling. Now you'd have to make that margin back, and you'd have to kill it on all those ads, and you would need literally like probably millions of dollars in ad revenue to make that happen. If I wanted to get rich quick, I would promote more of my coaching because that's immediate profit. I would do more brand deals. That's immediate profit. I would do more school seminars and get more government contracts with schools and helping teens quit. I would give more business presentations on addiction recovery at professional settings because that's all immediate profit for me. I don't have any overhead for that. With supplements, you have a lot of overhead. You have to, minimally, I have to clear 40 to 45 grand before I ever make a cent on this product. And then any money I make goes right back into running ads, right back into marketing, right back into producing more of the supplement. So it's typically years before you actually start to take profits out of a supplement company. Now, the hope with a supplement company is that you do become really big and that you do make a lot of money because that's the only way a supplement company can survive. Otherwise, they die, and that's why you see so many small supplement companies come and go. This is by far the biggest risk I've ever taken from a business standpoint, but I truly believe in it. That's why I'm taking this risk. It wasn't just making the supplement, but it was doing the research. Will these ingredients actually work? And if so, why? So I had access to my college's database of all the PubMed articles, all the MBCI articles, all the Science Direct articles. It was finding an investor, someone to give some money behind this because I knew I couldn't do this on my own, not only from a standpoint of money, but also from a standpoint of business. This is a bigger endeavor than I've ever taken on in my life. Launching an app, launching a supplement, launching a company that I hope to grow of significant magnitude like this. Managing all that isn't something I was familiar with. And having someone who's familiar with business, who knows what they're really, really doing, has just been, like I said earlier, a blessing. When you combine years of experience working at a supplement store with functional medicine knowledge, with chiropractic knowledge, with all the random stuff I've done over my life, my experiences with addiction, my personal experiences with supplements, it's incredible to make something like this. And I made it in a gum intentionally because gum, you chew it and then you suck on it like you would Nicorette gum. It's absorbed directly into your bloodstream. It bypasses your liver and your gut. And I did that intentionally because, one, I wanted something fast-acting. I wanted something that was going to absorb almost all the ingredient, unlike a capsule, which you swallow, which has to go through the liver and GI tract before it gets into your bloodstream. This goes right into the bloodstream through the gums, right, through buccal absorption. I wanted something fast-acting like that. I chose a gum to help with the oral fixation as well because it's distracting and it's calming chewing on gum, whereas a capsule, you're not going to get that. And I wanted something that you could take multiple times a day for when you have multiple cravings throughout the day. This is 3 to 5 pieces a day. We sell it in a 90-count bottle, or you can buy a 3-pack for a little discount. We have 30-count bottles coming out soon, little trial-size bottles as well. But I didn't want capsules because you're only going to take capsules, 2-3 times a day tops. And even then, they're not fast-acting. And I wanted to make something that didn't exist anywhere else in the world. You can't look at me and say, hey, you copied them, or you did that, or you did this. And people are shocked. Actually, business people are shocked that we released the full certificate of analysis and published the COAs with all the ingredient dosages, 100 milligrams of NAC, 50 milligrams of KSM-66 per dose, because they're like, people could steal that from you. And my thing, honestly, good luck. The amount of work that this took, the amount of effort this took, and even finding someone to make this, good luck. So I had no problem releasing that information. Who knows? Maybe I'll be screwed over one day by the bigger companies. We'll see, though. Time will tell. Guys, we also have some other stuff. When you buy it, you get this carry tin, so you can put the KickIt Chews in the carry tin. You get some instructions on how to use the KickIt Chews. And then we're launching soon on our website these necklaces, which are really neat. They're anxiety relief necklaces. And this is going to be really hard to see. But if you can see in here, there's no hollow hole. There's only a very small amount of air passage through there, as compared to this product off of Amazon. Now, these do exist outside of what I make. See how that's like hollow? These are designed to help with deep breathing and anxiety relief. When you hit the KickIt brand necklace, it feels like you're taking a draw from a vape or a cigarette or a blunt or a bong or something like that. This, it's hollow. There's no resistance. I don't understand how this helps you with breathing at all. And I bought a bunch of these off of Amazon, off of Temu, off of Etsy websites. No one restricts airflow like we do. No one. So I found this. We made it better. And we're going to have this on our website soon to also help with anxiety relief, to help with deep breathing, to help with the oral fixation. And now you guys are going to have a nice little pack. You got the gum, you got the carry tin, you got the necklace, and you got the community that you can join to help you quit. And this is just the beginning of our starter packs when it comes to quitting smoking, quitting THC, all that stuff. This has been fun. I hope you found this video interesting. If you have questions about the business side of this, I would love to talk to you about it. I would love to share it with you and make more videos on it. I think it's so cool because this is what sobriety is all about. It's all about moving on to new things, new and better things. And a lot of my things happen to be business oriented. And guys, so far the feedback on this has been really, really, really solid. I think I've processed just a small handful of returns, mostly international returns based on some customs and shipping issues. The people still got their products. It just took longer than expected. That's all. But anyways, guys, ask questions in the comments and stay tuned for future videos where I'm going to talk a little bit more about the ingredients and why this gum is as effective as it is for some people who use it. All right, talk again soon.